Is breaking throughs in engineering here? Okay. If you guys would like, we're gonna wait
Anna
for.
said, I guess you can wait them a couple
Sorry.
minutes if.
We're gonna wait like for a few minutes because there's another organization that's not here yet. So yeah. Okay, I think this is everyone. Okay. So hi everyone, my name is Bella. I am the social media head of Pink Gap. We're a female student-led nonprofit organization that aims to help girls worldwide achieving quality education and gender equity. And we provide free tutoring, empower girls to pursue their passions, we thought-provoking conversations, and offer volunteering opportunities for high school and college students. So through these efforts, we hope to achieve gender equity and provide quality education. And this is like a general brief introduction of Pink Gap. And I really welcome everyone for being here and presenting. I hope like we can all learn a lot from this conference and from each other. So, and also like I hope the people watching this conference would too. So before we get started, I just want to let all the presenters know there will be a Q&A session at the end of this conference. So please try to stay after your presentation so you can answer questions from people who might have like questions after your presentations, and they will leave their questions in the chat box. And I'm also going to take some group photos during the conference and at the end. So please turn on your camera if you feel comfortable. And today we have 7 speakers. We have breaking throughs in engineering, STEMatic, EquiSTEM International, Restoring Rainbows, Light Up, the First Sunshine Foundation, and 4-H's. So does anyone have any questions? Okay, cool. So our first presenters is breaking throughs in engineering. So if you guys would like, please share your screen and present. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for now. Hold on. Um,
Hello everyone, great to meet you all and welcome to our webinar on the role of cybersecurity in the engineering field. I'm Erica and I'm the co-founder of Breakthroughs in Engineering, and I'm super excited to dive into how cybersecurity actually impacts our engineering field and what we can do to stay protected. So get yourself ready and let's jump right into today's topic. Now, here's a quick one. What first comes to your mind when we talk about cybersecurity? You guys can type in the chat box and I'll look through it afterwards.
Sorry, but I don't think. Can you guys see the slides?
Is it not working?
I can't see the slides. It just says like click text.
Oh, wait, hold on. Is it working now?
Yeah. I
Okay.
can.
Yeah. Yeah, like what I said just now, you guys can type in the chat box, like what first comes to your mind when we talk about cybersecurity, and I'll look through it afterwards. I'll give you guys around 1 minute. Hey, I see some interesting ones. Data private, safety of user, stealing data, data privacy, hacking, illegal websites, hacking. Okay, so what you guys mentioned just now are actually correct, and that is what we call as cybersecurity. So I'll just keep it short. So basically, cybersecurity is like a digital shield that protects your phone or any other devices and accounts from hackers, viruses, and other online threats. Now, to understand better on cybersecurity, we first need to understand this fundamental concept called as the CIA trials, which stands for confidentiality, availability, and integrity. So, what cybersecurity actually does is that it ensures that the data and systems are always accessible when we need them, while maintaining the confidentiality by allowing only those who are authorized to access to the information. And meanwhile, it'll also keep our data trustworthy, reliable, and accurate at all times. Now, moving on to our role of cybersecurity in the engineering field. Now, we all know that securing and protecting the data is paramount. So, in the engineering field, we handle a lot of confidential informations that, if compromised, it can actually lead to severe consequences. And we don't want that, which is why implementing cybersecurity measures is a must to help prevent unauthorized access and data breaches, ensuring that the sensitive information remains safe and secure. On top of that, securing project integrity is also crucial in our engineering field. It helps prevent any disruptions that might delay the project or compromise their quality. And by safeguarding the IT infrastructure, we can actually maintain the quality and the reliability of the project and avoid any costly setbacks. Also, safeguarding intellectual property is also essential in our engineering field. Intellectual property, especially from like R&D activities, have significant financial and competitive implications. Thus, effective cybersecurity measures are a must to protect these assets from theft and misuse, and ensuring that innovations and informations are secure and safe. Now, don't worry, I know that there's quite a lot of infos over here, but that's all for the theory part. And now I'd like to share with you guys something interesting. It's a story on a cyber attack. So it's a ransomware attack on Norsk Hydro. So what actually happened here is that the attack was initiated by a phishing email, and it deployed ransomware encrypted files on thousands of servers and PCs, which affected a lot of employees in over 400 countries. And over here, we can see there's this ransom note to Norsk Hydro. So they kind of like threaten them to send them 2 to 3 different random files, and they'll be able to get them decrypted. And despite the significant financial impact and also threats, they still refused to pay the ransom, and instead they sought help from DART to restore operations, and it took some time to rebuild its infrastructure from backup servers. And I personally think that the approach was smart, like they didn't fall into the trap of the hacker. So in this story, we can see how important it is to implement cybersecurity in engineering firms or any other companies. And over here, we also see that Norsk Hydro also train their employees to recognize and identify fake login pages and attachments so that they know the tactics and won't fall into the trap easily in the future. And this a quote from Anne Johnson, and I personally think that it's quite interesting. So it's about like, don't feed the birds when dining at an outdoor cafe. That's because the birds will keep returning to the same places where they know it's easy to be fed. So same goes to the engineering field. Without strong cybersecurity, the companies might become repeat targets for hackers, which might lead to severe consequences like financial loss. And moving on, this is just an extra info for you guys. I believe that most of you are already familiar with all these attacks, so I'll just briefly explain it and try to explain it in the simplest possible way. So we have malware, which is a malicious software designed to harm or exploit any devices or network through viruses, worms, trojans, or even ransomware. Then we have the DOS attacks, which is an attack meant to shut down a machine or network, making it inaccessible to its intended users. Then we have phishing. Phishing is actually one of the most common forms of social engineering, so they are quite similar. And to be specific, phishing is basically when hackers tries to disguise themselves as a trustworthy entity and to obtain personal information, like sensitive informations, through emailing, messaging, or social media to lure those individuals into providing their own personal information. Then we have the identity-based attacks. From the name itself, we can see that this attack involves stealing or misusing someone's identity, and they'll use the stolen credentials to access to the system and perform unauthorized activities. And we have social engineering, similar to phishing method. It basically manipulates individuals into providing confidential informations or perform any actions that is beneficial to the attacker. Last but not least, we have spoofing. There's actually 3 types of spoofing. There's email spoofing, IP spoofing, and also DNA spoofing. And they all have this common similarity, which is to impersonate another device user to gain unauthorized access to the information or systems. So what's the difference then? So email spoofing is more to like change the apparent source address of an email so that it looks like it's coming from a known address. And for DNS spoofing, it actually redirects a targeted user to a malicious website. So maybe they'll redirect you to click into a website link or whatsoever, and they'll be able to gain your personal informations, and it might lead to severe consequences. And that's all from me. Do you guys have any questions? Do you want to ask?
For the time being, if you have questions, you can also leave them in the chat box. I really like your presentation. I think you did a great job. I really like how you gave the example of the Norsk Hydro, the company. And then, yeah, I think you really showed us like the importance of cybersecurity, and then how you introduced the different attacks like phishing and spoofing. So yeah, thank you like for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you. So if you guys have any questions right now, you can raise your hand, or if not, we can move on to the next. Okay. Kim?
Yeah, so about cybersecurity, how did you get into that? And like, especially for women, is there a lot of people in the field? Because I did a cybersecurity internship and I didn't really see like a lot of men. So like, what's your thoughts on how to get more women involved in the field?
I think the best way is through all these organizations. Like organizations can organize all those webinars, conference to attract more women to know more about cybersecurity, and they might be interested in it and go for the field.
Thank you. I'm actually really interested in the field, so thank you for answering my question.
Thank you so much for asking.
Okay. Next up, we have. Thank you for that presentation again. That was really good. And next up, we have Equistem International. If you guys are ready, you can feel free to share your screen.
Everyone can see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Today, I will be presenting on Control Alt Innovate, which basically combines the innovative spirit that women can contribute to computer science, to any computer field. I am Kaya, and I'll be presenting on behalf of Equistem International. So, what if innovation and technology could transform our world, driving economic growth, revolutionizing healthcare, and tackling climate change? This isn't just a possibility, it's our current reality. Innovation and technology are the engines of progress, creating new industries, enhancing education, and solving global problems. But who is leading this charge? Women are at the forefront, excelling in STEM, driving entrepreneurship, and providing diverse perspectives. Their efforts address social challenges, champion gender equality, and inspire the next generation of young women in STEM. In this presentation, we'll explore the transformative impact of innovation and technology and the crucial role women play in shaping a brighter and more equitable future. So, what is it like for women nowadays? As previously mentioned, a lot of fields women are not part of the workforce. Leadership roles are very small amount, and women are more likely to leave tech companies compared to men. And why is this so? Gender bias and discrimination. Women often encounter biases, stereotypes that question their technical abilities and leadership potential, leading to unequal opportunities and treatment. There's a lack of representation, and the demanding nature of tech jobs, coupled with societal expectations around caregiving and family responsibilities, can make it challenging for many women to balance their professional and personal lives. So, what does this innovative mindset really mean? An innovative mindset is that someone that seeks new ideas, ways, and techniques to solve problems. And in order to cultivate these type of mindsets, we must embrace curiosity, ask questions, seek to understand from different perspectives, stay curious always, organize workshops like these and training sessions that help women to focus on being within a space that is accepted and where we could voice our experiences and provide opportunities to learn and practice creative techniques. And these are some resources that can help you practice being innovative. GitHub, I know a lot of people have heard about Code with Classy. I personally took part in this program, and it was one of the best ones I've ever experienced. And I was so happy to connect with other women that had a passion for coding. And these are just some examples of this innovative spirit. This company has an inclusion council, and it aims to promote diversity, especially for women and women of color and of different denominationals. And it has been widely recognized for its progressive spirit and just embracing what women can bring to the workforce. Another example is the CEO of YouTube. She, everyone knows about YouTube, and she is an advocate for women in tech and education. Another example is Marissa Mayer, and she was Google's first female engineer, and she paved the road for more engineers to be a part of Google and other large companies in tech, as mentioned on the screen. And more examples: Khan Academy, 23andMe, testing kits were all designed by women who embraced their creativity and just went forward with it. So to conclude, innovation and technology drive economic growth and improve quality of life, with women playing a key role. Despite challenges, women like Marissa Mayer and Susan have excelled in tech leadership. Cultivating creativity and continuous learning is vital. Supporting women through resources, diversity, and inclusion, like these workshops, helps them excel in fields like AI and health and technology. EquiSTEM International encourages everyone to join networks, seek mentorship, and support women in tech that you may know. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you learned something new today. And any further questions, be sure to ask.
Thank you so much. That was super engaging. I really like the design of your slides too. Does anyone have any questions?
Oh, I have a question. I really agree with a lot of your points on increasing the amount of women in this field, but I was curious to what made you personally interested in researching this.
Well, I could say from experience, I'm a woman myself, and I always hesitated starting my organization. It was something I always debated because the only organizations I really knew about were male-centered, and other opportunities like AFS, Girls Who Can Code, and Code with Classy have all made me more confident in just taking the next step. So I think it was good to highlight something like that. Just being innovative is good, being creative, and as I say, any bad ideas, there's no bad ideas. So that's what I would say. Just take the next step.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. So thank you, Wickerstein, for participating in this event. Next we have 4H's. 4H.
That's us.
Okay. Please introduce yourself and your presentation.
Yes, so Ari's gonna share her screen.
Give me just 1 second. Okay.
Hello, we are
Sorry about that.
hello, we are 4H,
4H.
and I'm Kimberly Krieg,
I'm Ariella Alexander.
and today we'll be going over how computer science can be intersected with the outside world.
So first, Kim is going to start off with a table of contents.
Right, so we kind of want to break CS into multiple different facets of areas since many people think computer science is a one-dimensional field, but actually computer science can be linked to neuroscience, sustainability, and we're going to be first starting off with our icebreaker. Ari, I'll give it off to you.
So starting off with the icebreaker, I'd like to ask everyone a question. The question is, if you could invent one new piece of innovative technology, what would it be? So you can either turn off your mic, feel free to turn off your mic, or just type it in the chat. I'm going to give everyone a moment to do that. And then while that's happening, I'd like to share one new piece of innovative technology that I would personally like to be created, especially with the recent findings about female hygiene and things like tampons and pads. I wish there was more technology that could detect these harmful metals that have been discovered in them. And I really wish that that would have been discovered earlier and it would have saved like so many women from having these reproductive issues. I see some responses here. I see flying cars, portals, mind reading machines, a teleporter, instant sleep potion, and a robot that can cook for me. I think these are all great ideas, and I hope in the future we can get them implemented in society. Okay, moving on. So first, I'd like to talk about medicine and neuroscience and how that relates to computer science. So to learn a little bit more about this, I would like to talk about brain-computer interfaces. This is an interdisciplinary field that uses mathematical models, theoretical analysis, and computer simulations to understand the functions of the nervous system. Now, some examples of this are Neuralink, which is a neurotechnology company developing implantable brain-machine interfaces, and it enables direct communication between the brain and external devices. It aims to help people with paralysis control computers and mobile devices by using just their thoughts. Next, I want to talk about deep brain stimulation. This is a neurosurgical procedure involving a medical device to send electrical impulses to brain areas. And it's a machine learning algorithm developed to help study health conditions, as well as relay information to medics based on the status of the nervous system. So as you can see here, by connecting computer science with neuroscience, we can help learn more about the brain and help people that are in need. Next, I'd like to talk about computational neuroscience. One factor of this is AI neurorehabilitation. So there are a couple things that encompass this. First off is predictive modeling. This employs AI to predict disease progression and treatment outcomes, enabling proactive healthcare. Next, neural network emulation. This is an AI system that mimics the brain's neural networks for advanced machine learning applications. And lastly, automated diagnostics, which implements AI algorithms to assist in diagnosing neurological conditions with high precision. By employing AI to study health issues in the brain, we can learn more about them, and I think that would be very beneficial to our healthcare system. And lastly, computational neuroscience. Neuroimaging is one aspect of this, and I'd like to share a project from Stanford University called the Human Connectome Project. So Stanford's Human Connectome Project uses fMRI and diffusion tensor imaging, or DTI, to measure brain activity. And it creates a detailed atlas of brain networks, helping researchers study brain organization and its link to cognitive functions and disorders. The project aims to improve understanding of brain connectivity and advance diagnostic and therapeutic tools. So, although there have been great advances in neuroscience thanks to computer science, like the ones I talked about before, the problem is that women in neuroscience are underrepresented. And although half of graduate students in neuroscience are women, they make up only 1/3 of the faculty in the field. So this means that as the career ladder goes higher and higher from students to actually being in the workforce, the number of women are actually lessening. And another issue is also that women's opportunities to secure research funding also tend to be lower compared to men. Now, what are the benefits of increasing the number of women in this workforce? Women in neuroscience expand the talent pool and bring a variety of perspectives to research studies. And gender equity promotes creative solutions to complex health problems and improves the delivery of high-quality care. So by encouraging women to take part in neuroscience and computer science, they can offer diverse perspectives on complex issues and better the quality of healthcare for all. Next, I'd like to hand it over to Kim.
Thank you, Ari. I really like the insightful discussion that you brought up. So next, we're going to talk about computer science and sustainability. So the first thing I would like to go over is what is that and how can we encompass that with computer science? So there's something called green software development, and that's essentially creating technology, creating softwares that take less of our energy and are overall more sustainable. So the first example that I'm going to give you guys is Ecosha, which is a search engine, kind of like Google, where every single revenue that they get, all the searches go to planting trees and also helping our environment. So not only are we able to fill a gap with Google, but Ecosha helps giving back to our environment and making sure that we are harming it. Every time there's new technology being uploaded, we want to make sure that we're also taking our environment into consideration. Next, we have Sleep My PC. If you guys didn't know that leaving your PC on for a long time can cause a lot of electricity, and obviously that can run your electric bill. So with Sleep My PC, we're able to shut down our computers at the right time when you stop using them. And not only was both of these apps used with computer science and software development, but we were also making sure that we are doing our due diligence to our environment and making sure that we're saving our energy savings, and we're also saving our bills, since it does cost a lot of money to keep these PCs and these technologies on. So moving on, about computer science and environmental sustainability, we have smart cities, and these are usually used in big cities like Singapore, New York, and possibly even California, where we're able to use AI and IoT services to reduce global emissions and reduce waste. For example, smart transportation. Tesla has increased use in California because we want to reduce our global emissions, and that takes computer science to make, since they aren't relying on gas, we're relying on full technology. And developing sensors can help track air, water, and all those sensors can help reduce the overall global emissions, since we can protect our natural resources. So I want to kind of bring up a global example, which is in Singapore, which they use smart mobility. And this is by 2030, but they've already started making progress where they use real-time data from sensors to monitor traffic flow. If you guys took AP environmental science, you know that when there is traffic and it comes in contact with the sun, it makes ozone, which is one of the most dangerous environmental particles. So the fact that they're already trying to mitigate this not only helps our ozone layer, but it also helps humans, because if humans were to inhale ozone, they can cause asthma and a lot of environmental defectants. So computer science has been used not only to help our environment, but to also advance our lives as well. So I kind of want to talk about how have women entered the space and what is their contribution. So Adele Goldberg is one of the individuals that I definitely think stand out, because she was in computing machinery from 1984 to 1986. So very early, she was already involved in the field and she was making great discoveries. And she helped with graphic display screens in 1970. So this can also include GIS and GPS tracking, which she obviously helped with, and that has something related to the environment. And she also used software development such as Apple to make more desktop environment friendly things. So she has constantly involved herself with making applications user friendly, but also helping with the environment. So we're going to start off with a little activity. I know this can seem very overwhelming. So me and Ari are going to kind of introduce two environmental pitches, and I want you guys to vote which one you think is the best. Now, there's no right or wrong answer. You just think what you would think would be the most effective for our environment. So if you're for smart grids, which is enhances the efficiency of energy distribution and reduces optimal energy waste, and this helps with creating our environment to be more safe, and it reduces our global footprint and optimizes energy use. The challenge is that it does have high initial costs and a lot of cybersecurity concerns, especially when you're using technology. You have a high chance of being hacked and having the technology have a lot of technical difficulties. Ari, would you like to introduce your technology?
Yes, IoT sensors for water management. These IoT sensors help detect pollution in the water and also help monitor water usage. So this can make water usage more efficient for us and help us to stop wasting water, which I think in the long term will be very beneficial to our society and also help us to be a greener, cleaner Earth.
Thank you. So if you're for smart grids, you're going to vote with the yellow heart. If you're for water management, you're going to react with the blue heart.
I see some blue hearts in the chat here. Okay.
Remember, guys, there's no right or wrong answer. Just whichever you think that you would like to implement into the environment.
Okay, another blue heart. We see some yellow hearts too. Okay.
Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts.
Yes. Okay, next, moving on. For activity 2, I have another question to ask everyone. So which technology do you think would be more efficient for studying brain activity? And again, there's no right or wrong answer. First, I want to start off by talking about functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI. fMRI provides detailed images of specific brain regions, and it just helps to study brain activity. So this can give more information to researchers to study how the brain works, and they can implement that into technologies to help disabled people, or to help just learn more about these brain diseases. And I'm going to hand it off to Kim to talk about EEG.
Right, so I'm promoting the EEG, which is essentially helps capture rapid fluctuations in brain activity. This can also help if, like with mental illnesses or if they have some type of brain disease. This can help detect early issues, very early to make sure that we can mitigate any problems. And it also is very energy efficient and versatile. And that's something I really value since I'm very passionate about the environment. While the fMRI, it has really high energy consumption. So I think EEG is the better option.
Yes. Both of them have their pros and cons. And if you would like to implement more fMRI, react with a red heart, or you can just type red heart if it's not working. And then if you want EEG, please react with a blue heart. Okay, I see a lot of blue hearts, a lot of people for the EEG. Okay, I think Kim gave the better pitch maybe, but okay. Okay, thank you everyone. Moving on.
So what does this mean for women? So as we're all women in this chat, you guys were able to share your voice, right? You were able to say technologies that you think were better. And we all value your opinions and your thoughts. And there's obviously a different type of thought process that came to mind when you went through reacting with a yellow heart or a blue heart. So what does this mean for women? Well, according to the Harvard Business Review, women only make up 13% of engineering fields. But yet you guys just shared to me in the chat about all of your thoughts and process when it comes to create technology. That means that us as women, we have the opportunity to take charge and to lead. So I really highly suggest that you interact with organizations like Girls Who Code, Sweet Next, because these sources provide resources for you to stand out and for you to be have like a leadership position. If you open these clubs at your local school, you're really able to share those opinions that you guys have. And just looking in the chat, you guys have really insightful thoughts, and there's different types of ways that you might approach a problem. And like Ari mentioned, we are very underrepresented. So that means that we do have a space to include our thoughts and not only just make a change.
Yes. Okay. Thank you everyone so much for listening to our presentation. This was by 4H, and make sure to follow us on Instagram at lths.4h, and just stay in tune on our social media because we will be having upcoming competitions. If you're interested in biology, chemistry, computer science, we will just be hosting these competitions in the future, and just make sure to stay tuned for more updates. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you
Oh,
so
if you have- yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is a random question, but like, could you guys like just like explain like your 4 H's, like what the H stands for? Like, I'm just like curious.
Kim, would you like to take
Yeah, okay. So 4-H, it was originally created as like an environmental group, but we actually made it with our like club advisor to divide it into two sections, which is computer science and the environment, and then kind of like the biomedical biology STEM point of view. And so through 4-H, I call it like our motto is for health. And that basically means our hearts, hands, and health. So through our heart, we're able to follow our passion. Through our hands, we're able to get interactive, and through our health, we can help others reach their maximum potential.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's like really interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I think Lily Rose asked a question. For more opportunity girls in STEM, we're actually hosting a competition. If you're interested in the biology field, we're gonna do a debate, and Ari's actually hosting this competition, and it's open for mostly women since majority of our club is, but we do like allow some men. But we do have opportunities for girls competitions. If you follow us on our Instagram, it will be all posted.
Yes, I'm thinking of doing like a pitching debate where people pitch different ideas for new technologies in biology and chemistry, and it's just who has the better pitch, and we'll be judging, and there'll be more opportunities in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for answering the questions and participating in this event. That was really good. I really like neuroscience too. I'm really interested in episodic memory and Alzheimer's diseases. So that I really like your presentation. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so our next presenter is the Sunshine First Foundation. Are you guys here?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, so we're gonna share the screen real quick. Also, how's everyone's day been going?
Good.
Good. That's good to hear. All right, so sorry. Hello, my name is Rachel Gao, and I am the co-founder of the Sunshine First Foundation.
And I'm Khadija Sayeda, the outreach associate of the of the Suns of the Sunshine First Foundation. Sorry for that.
Thank you for letting us speak on this webinar today. The Sunshine First Foundation enjoys exploring the world of computer science, and today we have a presentation answering the question, why is it important for youth to learn computer science? We again thank you for your time today, and we will begin the presentation. So to start, we will briefly go over the contents of this presentation. A good way to understand why computer science is important for youth is the future prospects, the intelligence development, and the changes and transformations it brings. And finally, jobs that are connected to it and that are available as well. So the future prospects are strong for computer science as our current and future generations are enforcing a more technology-based society. This is being done through with huge technological advancements such as self-driving cars, space exploration, efficient robotics, and most importantly, the introduction to artificial intelligence.
Currently, our world is already made of computer-based systems. Throughout the years, computer science isn't just a specialized field of study, but a basic necessity for everyday functions. According to CompuChild, those who graduate in computer science have a 17% higher chance of employment than the average graduate. This goes to show how versatile and prosperous a subject computer science is for our generation to pursue, connecting youth with job opportunities that they can excel in.
Computer science is also a versatile subject, meaning it's applicable in different career pathways. For example, people who pursue computer science may also have opportunities to pursue finance and mathematics-related careers. This is mainly because many careers will rely on online technologies in order to operate, meaning that having a tech-related degree like computer science will be extremely helpful. This is further backed up with the statistic by 2025 for 149 million jobs will be created that are related to technologies.
Pursuing
Sorry.
Pursuing this topic also includes many benefits, such as developing soft skills like independence and self-regulation, problem solving and critical thinking, and decomposition and project management. This is really important as soft skills are what you need in the modern workforce.
So what are some changes computer science has brought into various departments? Computer science relates to healthcare as it makes tasks more efficient and quicker to do. An example of this is creating databases to organize and track patient records, medical research, and more. Using technology also provides faster and more accurate diagnosis. And a good example of this would be MRI and CT scans.
Finance relates heavily to computer science since its skill sets are very related to each other, such as data analysis, algorithm development, and computational modeling. Computer science also helps the finance department with risk assessment, quantitative analysis, and algorithmic trading. So, how do we get started?
Most of the time, computer science is available in high school and university courses. These courses can help you get into the basics of computer science by introducing certain programs that help explain the programming language, such as P5.js, Scratch, and more.
There's many jobs within computer science sector as well, such as AI and machine learning, robotics, computer forensics, and more. All of these professions have a salary average of $93,000. $9,300, sorry, which is more than enough to sustain yourself as you get older.
So essentially, this concludes our presentation. If we do have time, we also have hosted a Blue Kit, which you guys can join to help, remember the stuff that we've taught. So if we do have time, are we allowed to host it? Yes, Kim?
The IoT, I love the IoT. And because I talked about the IoT and environment, like, how did you find out about the IoT? The IoT?
Did
Oh,
we
you
mention
pulled
it?
it?
Are we sure we mentioned it? I don't have.
It was like the Internet of Things on the slides.
Oh yes, about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I call it the IoT, but
Yes.
I'm glad to know that other STEM people know about it. I feel like not a lot of people talk about it.
Yeah. Well, that's because computer science is really versatile. So if you have a degree or any like bachelor's in it, you can really find many job opportunities open up for you in various fields like IoT, robotics.
Yes, love the diversity of
Yeah.
it.
Thank you so
For
much.
all the thumbs ups.
No
Uh,
worries.
Could you
Sorry?
remind me the thing you were trying to host?
Oh yeah, so we were planning to host a Blue Kit. Essentially it's kind of like Kahoot, but like I guess more video gamey, if that makes sense. So if we have time, are we allowed to host it or?
Yeah, maybe after all the presentations, I guess, because I don't know if everyone can stay after 7:55. I don't know. Because we
Alright.
still have like a few more presentations.
All right, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for listening to our presentation.
Thank you for participating. Okay. Next we have Restoring Rainbows.
Let me share my screen. Can everyone see my screen? So, hi everyone. So I'm not a woman, but Pink Gap still invited me, invited our organization to speak, and I'm all for the mission and empowerment that Pink Gap stands for. So I'm honored to be here today. And so today we're going to talk about computer science's effect on the Earth. So I'm Jordan. I'm a co-founder of Restoring Rainbows, and my other co-founder, Grace Millard, unfortunately couldn't be here with us today, so I'll be here giving you the presentation. I also apologize for any noise complaints. I'm in a hotel lobby, so there's music playing and there's people going in and out of the lobby, so I apologize ahead of time. So a bit about our organization. So we're a youth-run 501c3 organization that collects, recycles, and donates school supplies to save the environment and spread art creativity. So that's a bit of kind of the reason why we kind of chose this topic, because our organization relates to the environment, and we also found a way to connect that back to computer science. So just an overview of what we're going to cover today. So we're going to cover the pros, the cons of computer science on the environment, who can fix it, and what the future looks like for a world with computer science. So how does computer science positively affect the environment? So computer science has the capability to be extremely useful to environmentalists for two reasons. Number one, it can be helpful to stimulate the progression of climate change. So for example, how much the oceans are going to rise or how much temperature is going to increase, and also help us find accessible ways to create solutions. So diving a little bit deeper into both of these aspects. So climate change is a huge issue and it impacts everyone. It can be seemingly unpredictable at times. However, the power of computers, computation, and AI, we use these to model and how our Earth will progress into climate change with rising temperatures, rising seas, and these kind of exacerbated effects. Secondly, we can use it to predict how to better fight for climate change. So computers offer a safe, risk-free space for scientists to test simulations to see if there are new technologies that can lead to solutions in climate change. So what are the negative effects of computer science on the environment? So there's three main negative effects: energy, e-waste, and waste. So energy, so data centers and computer devices consume a lot of electricity. So American data centers use about 70 billion kilowatts of energy in 2014, and it's equates to nearly 2% of the country's total energy consumption. And so the demand for this computational power leads to high energy usage, which often is sourced from non-renewable sources. So most notably like fossil fuels, which are contributing to our CO2 emissions and making our planet warmer. This again exacerbates the effects of global warming. Waste. So the manufacture of computers and technology have detrimental effects on the environment. So one computer desktop and a 17-inch monitor requires at least 240 kilograms of fossil fuels, 22 kilograms of chemicals, and 1.5 tons of water. So the manufacture of computers may also involve the requirement of raw earth materials, the extraction of gold, silver, and copper for manufacturing damage, and this damages local ecosystems and releases harmful chemicals into our environment. And so 41 million computers are thrown away by Americans each year. And so obviously this has detrimental effects on the environment, and things like the plastic, but also toxic chemicals leaching into our soil and our planet. And so number 3 is e-waste. So the rapid pace of technological advancements results in significant amount of electronic waste. So discarding devices containing hazardous materials like lead and mercury, often ending up in landfills and contaminating the soil and water. And this can lead to serious health issues of individuals that reside near dumping sites. For example, in China, in Guizhou, a town infamous for electronic waste dump site, the residents have exhibited worrying health issues. And studies have found that the children in Guizhou have abnormally high levels of lead in their blood, contributing to several developmental problems. And so who can fix this? And so there's 2 leading professions that can help us fix climate change. Number 1 is an e-waste research engineer. So they conduct research on the effects of e-waste and the environment, as well as engineering solutions. So their entire job is to help us solve and prevent our e-waste problem, which is terrific. And number 2 is an e-waste salesman. So these are people who advertise e-waste to potential buyers who can potentially repurpose or recycle these products. And so what does an ideal feature of computer science look like? Number 1 is efficient energy use. Number 2 is extending product lifespan. And number 3 is responsible for disposal and recycling. So efficient energy use. So using energy from using resources more efficiently during the manufacture process can help us reduce environmental impacts. And this includes better design techniques used to reduce material and using energy efficient manufacturing processes. Number 2 is extending product lifespan. So making the products last longer can also help reduce the environmental impacts. So computers have a longer lifespan, then the need to manufacture these products decrease, lowering the demand for raw materials and reducing the waste. And number 3 is responsible for disposal and recycling. So companies can take responsibility for their products when they reach the end of their lifespan by facilitating recycling and reusing parts and ensuring harmful substances are disposed of safely. And so ending off with this quote, the web is not just to connect machines, it connects people. So again, bringing back to the point that climate change impacts all of us, and we really want to be able to connect people, and it's not just about the machines. And so for a quick Q&A, if anyone has any questions.
You can just go. Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay, so you said a research e-waste researcher. I want to be an environmental engineer. Like, what is some ways to secure that position? Because I'm really interested in that. I never heard that before. I love that position.
So honestly, I didn't do much research into that, but I totally agree. It sounds like a tremendous position. I didn't even know about it, so I researched it. It seems like a really niche position, like e-waste recycler. Like it's something you have to look into. But yeah.
Are you an environmental group or are you a CS group?
Our organization?
Yes, like restoring.
So we're more of like an environmental group.
Oh my god. Okay, I want to get connected. Yes. Love this group.
We'll definitely reach out.
Yeah, because we are environmental.
Okay. And here's our bibliography if anyone wants to take a look at our sources. We do have a booklet. However, it looks like we're running short on time, so we will save it for later.
Thank you so much for the presentation. I think you guys can leave socials in the group chat too if you guys want to connect to each other, yeah. I think there's a question in the chat box too.
Can you talk about anything you can do to help people as well? So help improve the environment. So definitely, you can definitely recycle, reduce, reuse, recycle. Some other things could be to But definitely, we would say relating to computer science, you could try to recycle your old devices responsibly. So maybe finding a local e-waste recycler. Yeah, so those are some of the ways, yeah.
Oh, wait, I have another question. So you talked about like the pros and cons of computer science helping the environment. Like, do you think personally that there's more pros or cons? Because I know you talked a lot about e-waste, but like also how to help the environment with computer science.
I definitely think there's more pros. There's a vast amount of things you can do with computers and the computational power and with the rise of artificial intelligence. It's also our plan B. So if we can't save our planet, we're looking at the stars and looking towards other planets and other alternatives.
Yes, I think that's very futuristic, very cool. I like that.
Very planetary.
Thank you so much, Restoring Rainbows, for participating. I don't know if STEMedic is here because I don't see them in the chat box earlier, but I don't. Okay, so if you're not here, we can move on to Light Up.
Here, I'll present in a second. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Then, hi everyone, my name is Diana Brumbauma. I'm the Volunteer Hours Director for LIAP. Sadly, our collab director couldn't be today, but she helped out design all of these slides. So we are Light Up, an organization dedicated to destigmatizing mental health. And here we're gonna talk about the link between mental health and STEM. Why does mental health and STEM matter? In our daily activities, mental health plays a crucial role in influencing how we think, out, and interact in our daily lives. Good mental health enables us to face life challenges with resilience, forge a strong relationship, and make choices that benefit ourselves and our communities. A positive mental health also promotes critical thinking, curiosity, persistence, decision making, leadership, and all of which are essential in STEM. STEM has given students a well-rounded foundation of skills that are useful in education, employment, research, and innovations. Through STEM, mental health care is being revolutionized as new treatment therapies arise. Now I'm going to talk about the challenges that we face every day. Mental health challenges are significant a concern in modern society. Factors like limited access to care, increased stress, isolation, and COVID-19 have exacerbated mental health disorders globally. It is imperative that this is addressed since the number of people experiencing depression, anxiety, PTSD, and other mental health conditions is rising. Mental health impacts our cognitive functioning, interpersonal relationship, and emotional well-being. Due to how greatly mental health impacts on our daily life and productivity, it should be taken more seriously. The statistics say that anxiety affects around 284 million people, depression affects 264 million people, and bipolar disorder affects around 46 million people. How STEM is involved in mental health is that it serves as a driving force in innovation, economic growth, and societal progress. This is evident through the major contributions such as AI, data science, and biotechnology. Some things I want to talk about is the telehealth services. People can receive mental health support remotely via phone calls or video conference, which increase accessibility for everyone. Also, we have mental health apps. There are mobile applications designed to provide various forms of support, such as meditation and guidance, which promote self-awareness and emotional regulation. And also, we have the wearable technology, heart rate variability, activity levels, sleep patterns, and physiological indicators are all monitored by wearable technologies, such as smartwatches and fitness trackers. It gives an overview of the person's overall health and recommends changes that can be done to have a healthy lifestyle. Then Cutting-edge technologies. Cutting-edge technologies are reshaping mental health by improving one's overall well-being, diagnosis, and treatment. Here are a few instances that I want to talk about is the artificial intelligence and machine learning. It identifies patterns that may indicate mental health issues and predict conditions like depression or suicide risk more accurately. Then we have the virtual reality therapy that it can be treated for PTSD, anxiety disorders, and phobias by exposing individuals safely to virtual environments that stimulate their fears or triggers under controlled settings so they can face it, but without having that in front of them exactly. Then we have the mobile apps for mindfulness and cognitive behavioral therapy, also called as CBT. Mindfulness practices and cognitive behavioral therapy techniques are promoted. These apps give users self-help tools based on therapeutic approaches, as well as tools for guided meditation sessions and relaxation exercises. Then we have the real world applications. I want to talk about 3 case studies. The first one is Weebot. In a case study conducted on young adults in 2017, researchers aimed to determine if Weebot, an artificial intelligence chatbot, could accurately identify those with symptoms indicate of major depressive disorder. For 2 weeks, participants completed self-report questionnaire related to depression symptoms. The findings demonstrate that after interacting with Weebot, participants' score on depression symptom scale dropped significantly. Then we have the VR therapy, which is our second case study. In a study led by Dr. Albert Skip Rizzo and his colleagues, veterans with PTSD were given the opportunity to confront traumatic memories in a safe environment with the assistance and supervision of mental health specialists by using VR technology. They interact with upsetting stimuli and acquire coping mechanisms that mitigate anxiety and fear reactions linked to their trauma-related triggers. And lastly, we have the Headspace case study, which is at Carnegie Mellon University. A study involved the use of Headspace, a mindfulness and meditation app for stress reduction. One group used Headspace for guided meditation session, while the other group did not engage in any stress reduction activities. Over several weeks, both groups did assessments to measure their stress levels. The results showed that those who used Headspace consistently reported less stress compared to those who did not. Then we have what lies ahead. In the future STEM in mental health, there are potential advancements in neurotechnology. Neurotechnology allows direct communication between the brain and external devices, which can lead to innovative therapies. Moreover, big data and genomics enable personalized mental health treatment. By analyzing one's genetic makeup, researchers can make targeted treatments tailored to their needs. Furthermore, artificial intelligent robots can offer individualized assistance while remaining constantly available and free from the human resource constraints that may compromise conventional therapeutic approaches. While there are many innovations involving mental health care, it is crucial that it doesn't violate one's privacy and it's still ethical. The pros and cons between the intersection of STEM and mental health. The pros are increased access to care, early diagnosis, and personal treatment, but the cons are privacy concerns, technology accessibility, and ethical issues. For a lot of people, the privacy is really important in the sense of like they don't feel secure using technology for mental health. But a lot of organizations are trying to destigmatize that and help to like show that it's more a help than something that can harm you. This is the sources Juja found helping me. Now I want to talk about our organization as who we are. We're a teenage-run organization dedicated to the systematizing mental health. We want to shine light on different aspects of mental health and bring attention to them in ways that are not shameful or disgraceful through our departments. We have 5 main sessions. We take an interdisciplinary approach to mental health. First, we have the Column and Art app. We publish original articles written by our members about mental health. And for our app, you can see some examples over here. And we create illustrations to connect with mental health. For events, that's our 5 main point. We organize fundraisers, workshops, and other events across the world. Then we have our team social media, which I'm also a designer for. We have our team Instagram that this is not really updated, but we almost have 2,000 followers. We are here to educate who don't have access to resources. We cover important topics, have collaborations to expand our knowledge on different subsections of mental health. We have more than 50 posts almost, I believe, 70 right for now. We have between 100 and 150 average line count and more than 20 collaborations. You can follow us in TikTok right here or in Instagram, which is this one. Our TikTok is still growing up, so please follow us there too. Then we have our podcast team, which recently just got their own Instagram account. So if you want to follow them, please do it. They destigmatize mental health, and they have really interesting topics that they talk. I believe they already post 5 new ones, and they are also on Spotify. You can listen to them on Spotify right here. And now about our collaborations. This is one of our main ones. It's Have a Nice Day app and Color in Dream Earn Hours. We try to create letters for. It's an initiative to create letters and art for patients with therapy. I'm so sorry, guys. And providing coloring pages, volunteers from all walks of life can create unique, uplifting designs that are then shared with patients, offering a therapeutic and fun activity that helps brighten their days. Each coloring page is crafted with care and thoughtfulness, aimed to spark joy and provide a mental escape through art. And for every 2 pages, we give 1 hour of community service. Then these are some of our collabs for this year. This is our first collaboration that we did it last year in 2023. I believe it was around October. And here is another one, which is writing letters collaboration. We are still doing this. It's for neurodivergent centers. We create and patients. We write letters for them, and 1 letter is equal to 1 hour of community service. Is collaborating with Spectrum Expression. This is really thoughtful, actually. Like, if you would like to write a letter or anything, you can look for us in Instagram or look for this or another organization too. And ways to find us. This is our WhatsApp. I'm gonna put the link in the chat in a second. Our LinkedIn. I'll also put the link in the chat if you want to. And this is our link tree. It's in our bio in Instagram, so you can just click it there. Thank you. This is our email if you have any questions or anything you would like for the organization in specific.
Thank you so much. I really like how you talked about the bioethical part, and I think that's really important, and also how much work your organization have been put into this area. Yeah, does anyone have any questions? Okay, if you have, you can also put it in the chat box. But we're gonna move on to the next organization, which is actually that's the end of all the presentations, and we have a live Q&A session where you can ask all the organizations that have presented if you have any questions. Okay, if not, does the organizations that wanted to do the Kahoot still want to do it? If you guys are still here, I don't really know.
Yeah,
that be
sure.
us?
Yeah,
Wait, so how much time do we have left?
we have it depends on if people can stay, but we have 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes? Okay, wait, hold up.
I think that should be okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine. That's probably
Yeah, I'll
if you want
just.
to extend it,
Sorry.
because I don't know if the people who contact you guys, because this is supposed to be more than 1 hour because we have so many presentations. The first workshop there was only 4 organizations presenting, so we thought we're going to extend the time for this one, so I think we can go over the time a bit, and that's fine.
All right, so I'm gonna host a blue kit right now. All right, so we have 10 minutes left, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna. Okay.
Oh, we got a question in the chat. Can I ask what the Sunshine First Foundation is mainly doing? We mostly work with helping troubled youth in our area. So that could be shelters, hosting events to help like I mean youth, obviously. So recently in the past, we have hosted events such as like workshops and uh, ideas along with that in order to like bring youth, bring more why can't I pronounce the word sunshine to their life. Yeah, you can check out our Instagram at the Sunshine First Foundation, and you can see all of our previous events. And I'm pretty sure our applications are open currently. So if anyone's interested in joining, please don't feel afraid.
Yeah, so our applications are ongoing, meaning that there's no due date, so you can just apply whenever you feel like it.
We would love to work with anyone here.
Yes, sir.
Also, please join the booklet. I'm pretty sure Rachel did an amazing job making it.
To answer the question about the competition, currently it's not ongoing, but it will be very shortly. We just have to organize a couple more details on the competition, but make sure to follow our Instagram at lths.4h to just keep updated and learn more about it. It will be happening.
Oh, Rachel, are you gonna share your screen?
Oh, wait, sorry. Uh,
Congrats for storing art on winning. I wonder why I didn't.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for playing our blue kit. I hope you guys had a lot of fun playing it.
Thank you so much for making it. This is actually my first time playing it. I got a little confused, but like it was fun. So yeah. How do Okay, I'm gonna resume presenting. So if you guys want to join Pink Gap, here's a QR code. You can just scan it. We're looking for outreach, social media, and fundraising team members. And if you're interested in being a tutor, you can also sign up to be a mentor, and then we'll connect you to the girls who we reached out who need help. And then you can also join our mailing list on our website, and you can hear about like other leadership opportunities and much more. So thank you all for participating in this presentation. Thank you for your time. Does anyone have any last minute questions? Okay, if not, have a good day. Thank you so much for your efforts, your time, your patience. This is my first time using Google Meet, so I got like a little confused about everything, but I'm glad it all worked out in the end. So yeah, thank you.